It's a wild terrain. Stay out of trouble when playing the game. I'm a wild card. They'll be cursing my name, 'cause they don't know I'll be taking their place. Say what you want, do what you do. Thirsty for blood and now I'm on the move. Taking my time, making it mine. Keeping my eye on the prize. Surviving, I'm making the money, I'm climbing. I'm owning the top and the prize, and you'll start recognizing I'm on the rise. Oh, I'm on the rise. I'm on the rise.
All right, good evening, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to Bondurant, Iowa, for this Raccoon River Conference battle between the visiting Ballard Bombers and your Bondurant for our Blue Jays. Patrick Meyer here with Chad Carlson. How you doing, Chad?
Doing well, Patrick. Excited for another night of Raccoon River Conference basketball. Big rivalry here always when we take on the Ballard Bombers.
Yeah, so it's second meeting for these teams this season. They met the second game of the year, and well, let's just say the Blue Jays have improved a fair amount since then, and we'll see if that carries over to today. We don't need to rehash that game too much.
No.
But yeah, so to start with some keys to the game as we get into the starting lineups here. One, win the turnover category. Our last two games have shown the polar opposite of how that goes for us. We were even with Roosevelt, and Winterset won it hands down. And Roosevelt we won, Winterset we did not. So if we can win that turnover battle, that'll be big. We in the first game of the season, or the first time these two teams met, Bondurant had 32 turnovers and Ballard had 7. Number 2, limit Ballard's scoring runs. Prevent those 8 and 10-point runs, because Bondurant's played really well late in games, but it's got to be close enough for that to matter. And everybody makes a run, but if you can hold it to a 4-point run instead of an 8-point run, that'll be huge. And then, sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but capitalize on free throws. Both these teams get to the line about the same amount, but we shoot a higher percentage of them, and that could be key tonight, especially with a couple of really talented post players staying out of foul trouble. But if you get in foul trouble, winning those free throw battles will be huge. We'll step aside for the national anthem here. All right, so as we look at starting lineups for tonight for the visiting Bombers, senior number 2, Lily Beal, junior number 10, Kylie Calvert, junior number 21, Aaliyah Thompson, senior number 34, Paige Noe, and senior number 44, Lily Hillebrand. And for your Blue Jays getting the start tonight, sophomore number 2, Aubrey Haynes, junior number 10, Hannah Green, senior number 13, Peyton Meyer, senior number 21, Mia Bell, and junior number 41, Chesney Steenhook. Blue Jays coming into this game 4-6 overall, 3-6 in conference. The visiting Bombers 10-2 overall, 7-2 in conference, and carrying a number 5 ranking.
Yeah, sometimes, Patrick, you let one get away, and I think our girls felt like, and coaching staff felt like we really let one get away at Winterset Friday. So sometimes you got to steal one when you've let one get away. Let's see if we can make that happen tonight. It'd be a big upset.
Thompson gets the tip to start with. Beal brings it up court. Over to Hillebrand.
2-3 zone.
Bombers were taking quite a few practice three-pointers early on. Don't be surprised to see him let it fly.
And I've seen them come in this gym and just light things on fire as they turn the ball over.
Although we gave it right back into a jump ball. So Thompson wasn't quite able to hand it, and just a little bit of a scramble to start with, but it'll be Blue Jay ball coming out of that jump tie-up.
Going to see a little Ballard pressure here. And to your point earlier, winning the turnover battle, I don't know if it even needs to be winning the turnover battle. It just needs to be greatly limiting turnovers. Yeah. And there's an unforced turnover right there from Peyton Meyer, and that's the exact kind of turnover right there that the Blue Jays are going to have to avoid tonight. So maybe they're going to get that one out of the way right off the bat.
Hillebrand with the ball. Over to Calvert. Thompson back to Hillebrand for three. Off the rim, no good. Chesney brings down the rebound in traffic. Good board.
Ballard is not going to press on a make like we have seen some teams do.
And Haynes is blocked.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen Aubrey just take that to the hoop and score it. I think she was maybe looking to dish it off to Chesney.
Beal over to Calvert. Noe for three. Off the rim, no good. Tipped around, and Green wrangles it.
I want you to watch the next time Noe shoots. I see a hop when she shoots, and if I'm Coach Anderson, I'm getting into the officials here a little bit about that. It just looks fundamentally just a little bit off. Not to pick on the young lady, but just looks like something that could be called a travel.
Haynes into Steenhook. Steenhook layup. Just rushed it a little bit. Mia's going to chase down that rebound. Always hustling. And now Meyer into Steenhook. Steenhook layup is good. Great entry pass. Good finish by Chesney. Thompson now with it. Over to Calvert. And Hillebrand at the top. Thompson kicks it out. Calvert thought about it. Cross court, Noe. Into Thompson in the paint. Quick left hand, no good. And Mia Bell chases down the tip ball again.
It's another thing the Blue Jays are going to have to do well tonight. There's a foul that was not called.
I mean, that was 3 feet of displacement.
Yeah. And this is a state tournament officiating crew. This is a crew you're going to go into Wells Fargo in March and see them working there.
Haynes steps on the out of bounds line.
Yeah.
Trying for that wraparound, but not a whole lot of room to go with that. And so, Tiana Key's going to check in for Mia Bell here for the Blue Jays.
Coach Anderson's making his case for that cross-body block that was thrown on Aubrey Haynes, trying to bring the ball down the floor, and looks like he's happy with the explanation. Maybe not happy, but he's being good-natured
smiling
about it.
Yes. Noe with it. Hillebrand. Hillebrand drives. Kicks it out. Calvert for three. And it's good. I think she's been kind of on a three-point run lately, shooting over 36%, but I think a lot of that has actually been increasing lately. Meyer with it into Steenhook. Steenhook lays it up and is fouled.
Really nice job by Tiana Keys there, showing good patience, breaking the pressure, getting the ball inside to Chesney. And there's a mismatch there, and the Blue Jays have found that so far. Chesney's going to go to the line for the and one.
Foul is on Lily Beal, her first. And Chesney hits the free throw to finish the good old three-point play.
The old-fashioned three-point play. Conventional.
Conventional, there you go.
I'm old-fashioned, and they had the three-point shot when I played. So
I would say I don't remember a time that it didn't exist, but Calvert's shot is off. Tiana, Chesney, Thompson all working for it, and Calvert ends up getting the rebound. Hillebrand, cross court, and it's going to be off of Bomber last. So Blue Jay ball.
Yeah, that zone's creating a little bit of havoc right now for Ballard, just trying to unlock that. Hit 1-3, but nothing else yet.
We saw Tiana get double digits in steals the other day against Roosevelt.
Yeah,
and a lot of fast break points off of that. That can be huge if she can keep that up. Oh, Myers reverse layup, no good.
Nice reverse, just couldn't finish it. And looks like the Ballard player, Beal, was on the floor there as the ball was out of she was out of bounds. The ball wasn't, but that's the same, one and the same.
Checking in, Reagan Levy, and Calvert goes to the bench. And Green's able to get that ball. It's knocked away, and they're going to say, oh, Blue Jay ball. He originally said Bomber ball.
Yeah. And this is a tough spot to bring the ball inbounds. Good job by Chesney to roll back to the basket. Tana almost turns it over.
Haynes with it, trying to use Chesney's screen over to Meyer. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Meyer off her foot, out of bounds.
Yeah.
Green going to go to the bench. Bell going to come back in for the Blue Jays. Noe back to Hillebrand. Hillebrand at the top. Noe going to pull up three. Off to the right, no good. Levy gets the rebound.
I did not see the hop on her shot that time like I did the first.
Noe cross court to Levy. Backed up Hillebrand at the top. Thompson for three, and it's good.
It's a soft left-handed stroke that Thompson has. We kind of wondered if she'd be getting more of her points in the paint or stepping out. That's a bad place to pick the ball. She didn't pick the ball up, just trapped in a bad spot. Yeah. Here's what I'd like to see with Aubrey right there too. She makes the turnover and she kind of pauses, delays. She's got to sprint back on defense right there. She kind of froze a little bit instead of just making sure that she got back. And there she makes the good pass. They're going to have to get the ball to the middle of the floor against this pressure.
Beal does a good job jumping in front of that one.
Yeah, Tayana rushed things a little bit there. Blue Jays hanging around, but they're not helping themselves with the turnovers.
Thompson back out to Hillebrand. A lot of quick passing.
Good ball movement.
Beal now to Thompson. Thompson's shot is either blocked or just slipped off her hand. Couldn't really tell. Noe with it. 13 seconds on the shot clock still. Thompson for three. Off the rim, no good. Keys gets the rebound.
Yep, fighting with her own teammate, but comes up with it. Now Ballard shows a little pressure off the miss.
Yeah. Meyer pull up three. Off the rim, no good, and okay, that's going to be apparently off Chesney. I thought maybe it was off Beal, but Hannah Green checking in, Peyton Meyer to the bench. Hillebrand to bring it up court. Thompson back out to Hillebrand. Shot up, no good. Thompson rebound, put back gets the roll.
There, got the ball to the middle of the floor, broke the press much easier. Now they've got to make good decisions in the half court. Still want to get the ball into 41. Ballard really working on denying Chesney the ball.
Green pull up two. Off the rim, no good. Thompson with the rebound.
Really nice play by Chesney, though, to find her open shooter. Didn't force the shot in the lane. Instead, looked for the open teammate. That's a shot Hannah Green's going to make more often than not.
And that's going to be the travel you were looking for earlier on a different player. Carolyn Miller coming in for the Blue Jays. Chesney will go to the bench. And Noe's going to go to the bench for the Bombers. And Casey Larson into the game. Her first appearance as well. Got it across. Now Tiana with it. Into Carolyn. Carolyn pull up. Off the rim. No good. Levy's able to get that rebound. Brings it up court herself. Trying to use Larson's screen. Hildebrand for three, and it's good. Yeah, when they first started warming up, the threes weren't looking as good. They apparently found the groove during that second set of warm-ups. Keys drives. No shot. Foul on the ground.
Good take. Tiana showing off the handles there. Good move. Got into the lane. Just a little before the shot.
Keys into Haynes. No time or no shot clock left, and that's going to be a travel called on the jump stop and then gather. Noe and Calvert checking in. Larson and Beal going to the bench. Bombers going to look for one last shot for this first quarter.
Yep, shot clock is off.
So you taking this shot with like 8 seconds, or are you doing it later than that?
If you take it inside of 8, you have a chance at a second chance, a putback shot with Bondurant not having much of a shot. But they might just play it right down to the bitter end, too.
No, he drives, loses control, and it's out of bounds with 1.3.
Ooh. Not sure who touched that.
Boy, I would find that a little hard to believe.
They're going to try to get something in the lane right here if they can't get something quick outside.
Thompson coming around, left hand up is short, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Bombers 11, Blue Jays 5.
Well, the Blue Jays won the battle of points in the paint, 4-2. 5 if you count the free throw on the and one. But 3 3-pointers from Ballard right now is the difference. They're up 11-5. The zone's been effective. You know, if you can hold a team to 11 points per quarter, I like your chances on most nights. Now, we've got to solve the riddle on the offensive end against the Ballard defense. The pressure is definitely taking us out of any kind of rhythm, and maybe forcing some early shots, creating a bit of a panic and a lack of patience that's forcing those early shots, not working to get the ball inside. But if they can kind of regroup a little bit here, talk about how they want to attack that pressure defense, continue to contest those shots, rebound is really the key with that zone. That's the one thing the zone creates challenges with, Patrick, is it forces a lot of three-point shots, but it also creates some difficult rebounding opportunities. So I like where we're at right now. Got to limit those turnovers. Those continue to plague us, but not a bad start.
As we get into this second quarter, it's a good time to thank Bird's Nest, our sponsor for this and all basketball streams this year. Great community partner and a proud supporter of Bondurant for our athletics. Especially proud of that boys basketball team, as Felicia Collison is one of the owners of Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
But a great community partner, employing a lot of Blue Jays and helping guide our young Blue Jays on the right path and taking care of them in before and after school programs as well as summer.
All kinds of Blue Jays.
All kinds of Blue Jays. Tiana kicks it out to Mia Bell, over to Hannah Green.
That last defensive possession, the Blue Jays had switched to a man-to-man defense, a player-to-player.
Haynes to Keys. Thompson on her. I wouldn't mind her driving there just to see if you can pick up a foul or two. But
shot clock is a factor, yep.
And Thompson steals that one away. Pass it off to Calvert, back to Thompson. Layup is good.
Good teamwork, good unselfish play there.
Green over to Keys. Keys pull up three. Off, no good. Rebound, Calvert.
Did a nice job centering the ball against the press with Hannah Green. Nice looking shot. That's a shot you can live with Tiana Keys out there on the three-point line.
And into Green quick, back to Keys. Over to Mia. Meyer uses the Miller screen. Has Thompson right up in her face. Keys to Green, into Miller. Miller, ooh, just a little too long to gather that, and then Beal's able to get in there and take it away. Noe brings it up court. Cross over to Calvert. Calvert for three, off the rim, no good.
Good box outs.
Keys gets the rebound. And finds Peyton under the hoop. Kicks it out. Mia Bell for three. No good. And Thompson boxes Miller in. Chesney going to come back. Miller to the bench.
Kind of wondering a little bit if Coach Anderson and staff might have a little two-post offense here. That might be something where both Carolyn and Chesney can work together and really use that height advantage. Staying in the player-to-player defense right now. Out of that zone.
Green on Thompson right now. Thompson looking to get into the paint. Hillebrand. Little tangled feet, and that's going to be a foul on Meyer. Meyer's not happy about it because if she commits a foul, she wants it to mean something.
That's right. She's thinking, hey, in soccer, that's nothing.
Yep, that was just too incidental.
Just got her left leg caught up on the bomber.
Noe, backdoor cut to Hillebrand, back out to Calvert. Calvert for three, off the rim, no good. Steenhook gets the rebound. Gets
Ballard,
it out.
Ballard really contests every rebound, and more than anything, nice take by Tayana Keys. More than anything, that kind of slows your fast break down a little bit. It kind of plugs up the break and prevents those quick outlet passes.
It's going to be on Hillebrand. Tayana to the line. Hits the first.
Haven't seen a lot of free throws in this game. Ballard is yet to shoot one. This is the third attempt for the Blue Jays.
And hits them both.
And a perfect 3 for 3. Tayan is going to get a little breather. I don't think we're going to see her out very long, Patrick.
We've had her coming off the bench for the last few games, which is kind of a spark plug opportunity.
Yep.
Noe cuts back into the middle. Calvert now.
A lot of dribble drive penetration. It's just kind of what their offense is against the man-to-man.
Thompson looking to drive, kicks it out. Beal drives to Noe for three, and it's good.
First three for Noe.
4 threes for the game, all by different players for the Bombers right now.
Quick foul. Ballard now in a 2-2-1 3. It's not really. It's a three-quarter court press. Again, want to get somebody to the middle here.
Good cross court now into Chesney. Chesney up with it and gets the bucket converted. Nice entry pass there by Haynes.
Really nice pass by Aubrey. Let her out there. I think Chesney was expecting that pass to come directly to her, and she kind of led her right to the basket.
Calvert's shot has too much on it. Chesney brings down the rebound. Blue Jays going to get it across half court. Green for three. Off the rim, no good. Steenhook gets the rebound.
No reset on the shot clock. I don't think the ball hit the rim.
And Chesney gets that one to go.
Hey, Ballard's going to take a timeout. Lead cut to 5. And Chesney right now with a 9-point game, 9 of the Blue Jays 11 points. So I'm guessing that might be one thing that's discussed in the Ballard huddle during this timeout.
Yeah, and really just an emphasis on getting the ball fed into her, and she's been doing a real good job of sealing. They've been trying to front her, and she's been able to have enough space on the backside that if the pass gets up over the defender, she has room to finish.
Right.
I mean, outside of that very first one, that was really the only one she caught it too close to being under the basket. Every other one has been a pretty good positioning for her to catch it and finish.
Exactly. And again, I'm going to go back to and not suggesting I have a direct line to Coach Anderson, but curious to see if we might. I know you get down one ball handler if you have both Carolyn and Chesney in the ball game at the same time, but
although we've used Chesney at the middle of that press break.
Yep. But having them both in there together against not an undersized Ballard team, but really outside of Aaliyah Thompson at 6'1", there's not there's a distinct height advantage with Chesney inside.
Hillebrand bringing it up court for the Bombers halfway through the second. And that's going to be out of bounds. Blue Jay ball.
Ballard's going to have a different pressure look. Nope, they're still in that 2-2-1.
And Noe's able to take that pass away. Beal thought about it, kicks it back to Noe.
Yeah. Just can't throw those lollipop passes.
And no good on the shot. Larson up with the rebound. No good on that either, but she is fouled. It's going to be Chesney's first. Team's second. Free throw no good for Larson. Second one coming.
First attempt of the night for the Bombers.
Checking in for the Blue Jays, number 14, Abby Neville. Mia Bell to the bench.
Let's see if Abby Neville can see a three-point shot she likes.
Larson hits the second.
There we go. That's what we want to see. Grab that, Chesney. Sometimes you're just that whisker away from perfect execution, but I did like seeing the ball entered to the middle of the floor there.
It was quick. It was the right decisions. It just didn't quite get the execution.
Ballard playing very physical with Aubrey Haynes right now. She's gonna need to check herself for bruises after this game.
Haynes to Meyer. Meyer coming around that screen from Green and really just didn't have anywhere to go with that pass.
No, she sure didn't.
Thompson pull up three off the rim, no good. Meyer's going to catch that one on the fast break.
Good choice. No numbers. Pull it out.
And there it is. The double team, though, shows up right away. Steenhook goes away, but did a little too good of a job of avoiding contact.
Ches just got in a little bit of a hurry there. She did feel the double team. That's hard to.
Beals fouled on the layup attempt. I think it's going to be on Hannah Green. Yep.
So that one thing against that dribble drive offense is if you don't move your feet, if you don't close out and break down, you're going to give up penetration and you're going to foul. And that's what Ballard's done here the last couple of possessions.
Beal misses the first. Noe to the bench. Calvert in for the Bombers. Meyer and Steenhook to the bench. Miller and Keys in for the Blue Jays. Second attempt coming for Beal. She hits the second as well.
Beal's an 83% free throw shooter, so when she missed that first one, she kind of gave that look of what happened.
Good quick pass by Keys. Neville now coming around, gets it to Haynes, setting up at the top. And Thompson got a piece of that one. And Calvert's going to pull up for a two. No good. Miller gets the rebound.
Now there's the pressure on the miss basket.
Keys does a good job going up to get that. And they're going to get the blocking foul on Larson.
Larson's an aggressive defender. She works hard. and she's a nuisance. Doing a good job.
It's the 5th team foul for the Bombers. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Keys gets it under the hoop and is fouled by Larson.
Yep.
2 quick fouls on her.
And one more foul to get to the bonus.
Noe coming in, Larson to the bench for the Bombers. Bombers average 53 a game. Keeping them around the 20 mark in the first half is a positive, but you'd hope to get a few more points to go with it as Thompson goes up and blocks Miller. Kicks it out to Calvert. 3-point is off by Beal.
Oh,
but Noe gets the rebound. Feeds Beal on the cut for 2.
Really good cut by Beal and a great recognition from her teammate to make that pass. This is where you really want to avoid that mini run from the Bombers. You've kept it so close. You don't want to give up any easy threes, layups at this point. Carolyn's going to go to the free throw line after a foul there.
That foul will be on Beal, her second.
Yep. Keep. You know, there's no moral victories here. This is varsity, high school varsity athletics, but keeping it under 10 in the first half would be a
good spot to be in.
A good spot to be in, and a small win that you can take. And to your point, holding a team that averages well over 50 points on a 40-point pace. But you got some work to do yet.
Megan Rowetter checking in for the Bombers, her first appearance in the game. Miller hits the first.
Carolyn, the third Blue Jay to get into the scoring column.
Hits them both.
Blue Jays a perfect 5 for 5.
Noe with the ball, faked it to Hillebrand, went right around and missed the layup. And
you're going to call that on Ballard or on Tayana?
On Tayana. I don't really love that foul on anybody as it was just kind of a scramble for a ball.
Yeah,
but
she didn't grimace or complain. So.
Yeah. Noe with it out top. Rowetter cross court to Hillebrand. Thompson in the corner, good closeout by Chesney. Oh. And I thought Tayana had the ball on that one, but
Yowza.
She's going to get called for the foul.
That's a tough call. That's her second, so I think Coach is going to get her out and avoid a third foul. Her importance to this team is without question.
Yeah. Thompson hits the first. Green and Haynes in. Keys and Neville to the bench. As you're planning for the night, we will have a varsity boys game after this. Thompson hits both. And I believe we have the dance team at halftime of that game.
Okay.
According to what, one of the parents posted on Facebook. So unless the dance parents are wrong.
Facebook don't lie.
Except for when it does. But I expect that the dance parents are in the know. As a former dance parent yourself.
That's one of the best moves Chesney Steenhoek has made all season. She made a nice swing through with the basketball, got her left shoulder tucked into the defender, made a strong move to the basket, finished getting herself the and one. Really a nice job. And just some stuff that she just shows how much what she's capable of.
This is the rebound. Rowetter chases it down. And Meyer tips it out of bounds. So there's 30 seconds on the shot clock and 38 on the game clock.
Important moment here. Get a stop. Stay matched up. Don't get beat on that dribble penetration. Talk through those screens. We're going to see something here.
Rowetter to Calvert. Calvert to Noe. Pump fake. Drives. Feed entry pass. No good. Steenhoek gets the rebound. 17 seconds. Slow it down a little bit.
Get
find the shot you want. Or find Chesney in the paint. That works too. Chesney's fouled. She'll go to the line. Calvert with the foul.
Hey, really good series of events here for the Blue Jays. Good recognition. Get it into the post player. Good solid half-court man-to-man defense. Chance to cut it to 5 here before we get to half.
Chesney hits the first. Her 12th point of the half. If she makes it, are you pressing out of the break a little bit?
No.
No?
No, I'm getting back and finding 3-point shooters.
She hits them both. Bombers ball. 10 seconds now. Hillebrand over to Noe. Noe drive. Thompson in the lane. Turnaround. No good. And we'll go into halftime. Blue Jays 17, Bombers 22.
Really good end of the quarter. You know, you're looking at maybe going down double digits, but a nice little run there, and good finish to the half. Some good fundamental basketball, both ends, offensive and defensively. Taking care of the ball, limiting those turnovers that were kind of epidemic there in the first quarter and a half, and a nice close game here with a really good Ballard team.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break for halftime, so you guys can take a break from listening to us, and we'll be back for the second half of this Bombers and Blue Jays battle. Go Blue Jays. of the girls varsity game tonight. 22-17 halftime score. Blue Jays closed out on a little bit of a run, putting them in a pretty decent spot at the end of the quarter. Bomber ball coming in.
Yeah, if you're the Blue Jays, you like where you're at right now. See if we can nibble away at that lead just a little bit more.
Noe for three, off. Green gets the rebound.
That was lucky. That was fortunate. That was not well defended, and sometimes teams miss shots.
Steenhook loses it on the trip through. It's going to be a jump ball.
Yep.
I like the drive. Just lost it a little bit on the way in.
Yep.
But that's all right.
But preserved a tie-up to keep the possession. And she might have got fouled going to the basket watching the replay.
Haynes into Steenhook and got bailed out on that one because she was in no position to make that shot.
And that might not have been a foul. But, again, Aubrey Haynes really doing a nice job leading Chesney to the basket, putting the pass right away from the defender and right where Chesney can go get it and score. And she did try to reverse to the other side there, but got herself to the line. First one's good. Chesney with 13 there in the first half, adding to her total with that first free throw. Carolyn Miller and Tiana Keys both with a pair of points. Chesney misses the second. Here come the Bombers.
Calvert with it. Over to Noe for another three attempt, and that one's good.
Yeah, a couple of uncontested three-point shots. Coach Anderson can't be happy about that, shaking his head a little bit. You don't want to give this team a bunch of free looks. It's going to be like a horse game.
Chesney has it. Might have been an opportunity for her to try to drive, but Haynes now going to go floater off the rim.
Nice take.
Just bad luck on the roll.
Yeah, and she's going to get stronger and with more experience. Those type of shots are going to be more frequently happening, and the shot's going to be falling.
Yeah, that's an attempt we wouldn't have even seen earlier in the season. So those will go in. She just has to keep firing. Hillebrand to Thompson. Thompson going left hand and nice little hook shot.
Yeah, and not all that poorly defended by Hannah Green. Actually did a really good job. That left hand's a little tough to navigate.
It's a tough angle from that corner, you know.
And Thompson leads Ballard right now with 11. Turnover. Gotta prevent those.
Yeah, a little lazy on that pass. And Hillebrand scoop layup, and we're going to get a Blue Jay timeout after that 7-1 run. Yeah,
you do such a good job of keeping that to a 5-point half, and then a couple of uncontested threes that didn't go in, and then just some drives to the basket where just not defensively keeping yourself in front of the offensive player. And then the turnovers on the other end, where you're just not even getting a shot. You know, you're giving up some uncontested shots, some easy drives, and then you're not getting a shot on the other end. And that's probably a quick 30-second synopsis of what Coach Anderson was saying in the huddle there.
And this is that big point where you need to stop this run, because you let it keep going, it gets out of hand, and all of a sudden the game doesn't look like a game anymore. Put one in here. Couple defensive stands, it's back to where it was at halftime, and you're good to go. Tough spot to pick it up there, got to get it across, and they do just in time.
One thing that press does is it turns that shot clock into a 26-second shot clock.
And Peyton Meyer hits the three. Her first bucket of the game. Hillebrand drives over to Calvert, now back to Beal. Calvert's in the corner for three, and that rattles home.
Her second three of the game. She's got 6.
Little pass off, pass back. Thompson steps in front of that for the steal. Hillebrand on the outlet. doesn't make the layup, and Blue Jays are able to take that one away.
Good break there. Breaks are created by hustle.
Tayana with it. Over to Mia. Into Chesney. Chesney's blocked by Thompson and fouled. Initially I would call that a tough foul because I thought more of a block. But
yeah. Last couple entry passes to the posts just have not had the same kind of trajectory for Chesney to getting that ball up a little bit higher. We've seen Aubrey Haynes make that pass very effectively, and the other Blue Jays need to do the same. They need to lead their big post player to the basket, get that ball up high. She'll go get it, and she'll finish it.
The other thing I think that's changed a little bit is Thompson's going after it a little more, making that entry pass a little bit harder.
Well, Thompson hasn't been matched up with Chesney all night either.
Chesney goes 1 for 2.
15 on the night for her. She's 5 of 8 from the line.
Haynes comes in, Bell to the bench for the Blue Jays. Noe drives, spins into the lane, right-hand layup, good.
Yeah, right now that dribble drive offense is beating the Blue Jays on a regular basis.
Myers able to track down the loose ball, has Chesney underneath if she looks. Go back and set up the offense. Steenhook is fouled on the receipt of the pass, so not a shot, but that is going to be a second quick foul on Thompson.
Yep.
But she had none in the first, so you're probably not too worried quite yet.
Yep, and they're going to rematch, it looks like, for her.
Haynes for 3, off the rim, no good. Green gets the rebound, and that's going to be Bomber ball. Still a lot of physical contact. Thompson hands it back to Hillebrand and tries to get the entry pass, but she's out of bounds on it. So the Blue Jay ball. Abby Neville coming in, Hannah Green to the bench.
Hannah's working her tail off out there, really doing a nice job chasing Thompson around. Thompson came in, averaging 17.5 points a game. She's gotten her points, but she's had to work for him.
Yeah.
Not a spot you want to pick up the ball right there at the corner.
Keys under the basket.
Oh, she had the duck under if she used it there.
One too many spins. Rebound Noe. Noe finds a path to the basket and lays it in. Keys goes up, gets that pass. Now into Stina. Thompson's able to steal that one away again. We're just underestimating how long of a reach she has.
Well, again, just put that ball up high for Chesney. Let her go get it. That direct pass.
Levy for 3, and she hits.
I'm going to see a timeout. And if I'm a betting man, Patrick, I think we're going to come out of that player-for-player defense, switch back to a zone, because right now we're just kind of chasing the ball all over the place. Not doing a good job switching on screens, dribble handoffs, not helping on dribble penetration, kind of losing track on the penetration, on the kickouts, which led to that 3 there. And then just a little bit of a hurry and a rush, trying to make that direct pass, that straight line pass into the post. It's open. They just need to execute that pass. And as we mentioned, Aubrey Haynes has shown that ability to put a little loft on that pass and keep it away from the defender, keep it away from being deflected or stolen, letting Chesney go get that thing. So game's kind of getting away a little bit. It's, lead is ballooned to 17. You get a couple of baskets, a couple of stops, get into that third quarter where you have a shot to get it under 10 and anything can happen. But right now the Bombers are just kind of
making everything.
Taking control. They're taking control. They're making plays too. It's not just a matter of it's not just luck. They're not just throwing up a bunch of threes and watching them go in.
Like Thompson averages almost 3 steals a game, and I think she has 3 steals in this half. Neville to Meyer quick.
Ooh, quick foul call on Thompson. Boy, I did not see that one. She must have
I
reached
thought
at
she
the
just
ball.
bumped that off her leg, yeah.
Yep, three fouls on her.
So Larson's going to come in. Thompson to the bench. Is this her first time on the bench?
Might be. She might have sat for a minute or two in the first half.
Keys into Steenhook. Steenhook. Shot up is good. The Ballard player tried drawing a charge call, but
yeah, if we had the flop in high school basketball, we might have had one. But
and Levy hits her second three of the half.
it's four bomber threes in this quarter.
Ball is knocked out of bounds by Larson. Stays Blue Jay ball. Green coming in. Neville to the bench. Keys drives. Scoop shot up into the hands of Meyer for the rebound. Her shot is off. Bell gets the rebound. Blue Jays need to take a cleaner shot. Meyer for three. Off the rim, no good. Larson rebound.
Just gotten a little hurry there. Oh, there was a travel. Looked like to me.
Larson layup, no good. Steenhook rebound. Keys drives. Off the backboard for two.
Need to see her be a little more aggressive like that. Maybe take things on her own shoulders here a little bit. Tayana, as she gets deeper and deeper into her senior year, and kind of just take charge with some of that sometimes. That's a really good aggressive play for her, something she's capable of doing. She's got a good handle, finishes around the basket, good free throw shooter. We got a 16-point game.
We do. And if you have a 16-year-old at home, they might think about applying at Bird's Nest for a job.
Yes.
Bird's Nest, the sponsor of our broadcast here and all other basketball broadcasts this season. Great community partner and supporter of Blue Jay Athletics, as well as a great partner for the school in a lot of ways, and really just a big asset for them to have right there, basically on the school's campus.
Patrick, I'm going to tell you right now, I hate it when an official sets the ball down and starts a 5 count. I think it's disrespectful to our kids. Now,
yeah.
If
we got away with the travel there.
I just don't like that. That's just not
right. It's
not working with the student athletes. It's showing that you're in charge, and maybe they are in charge and they need to be in charge out there. That's a pet peeve of mine, and I just don't.
So
like
what would be the reason? Because they didn't think a player came to inbound it soon enough?
Well, call the player over. Hey, Red, 34, come get the ball.
But that would be what they're thinking is like, hey, you should be over here ready to inbound, and since you're not, out you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's fair.
And he did that to the opposing team, the team that we're not, on the broadcasting side for. So it just never cared for that.
It's fair.
Good hustle.
Myers able to take away that ball. Driving, pass to Keys. Keys, spin move, tough angle, and that's going to be off Miller. I feel like maybe on that one, Tayon tried to make it a little harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
By spinning behind the backboard.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go back to the officiating for just a second. They're doing a tough job. This is a good crew, but work with the student athletes.
Yeah.
Better defended the dribble handoff there, or the fake dribble handoff.
Levy over to Noe. Back to Levy. Levy's already got 2 threes this half. Going to try the layup attempt now. And they're going to call the and one. I kind of agree with Tayon. I thought maybe there was a travel in there, but it depends on when you called the foul.
Yeah, and the foul came from quite a ways away. Peyton Meyer's going to get a breather here.
Was that on Mia?
Yes.
Okay. They didn't flash it up on the scoreboard, so. Keys up ahead. 7 seconds on the quarter clock. Keys into Miller. Miller, shot up, no good. Gets the rebound and gets the putback to beat the buzzer.
Carolyn doesn't give up on things.
So we go. That was a rough quarter.
Yeah, it was. It was. On the defensive end, more than the offensive end, Ballard with a 24-point quarter with 4 3-point shots. Didn't make a free throw in the quarter. Got a lot of shots in the lane. And just made it the Blue Jays have made it a little more difficult for themselves to mount a fourth quarter comeback here. But a solid effort tonight. I think if you ask Coach Anderson, I think he felt like his team was maybe a little asleep at the wheel on Friday night at Winterset. They came back and made it a close game, a 1-point game at the end. Couldn't quite make it all the way back there, but not their most inspired effort. And that was coming off a big win against a good Roosevelt team with a couple of very talented players. But tonight, they've been engaged. They've ran some good offense. They've tried to execute their game plan to the best of their ability.
At times, just maybe a little faster, out of control level than what they need to be.
Especially on the offensive end, and just kind of losing track of their player a little bit on the defensive end.
Although for the most part, that's only been that last quarter. The
Correct.
first half, they were pretty solid defensively. Bombers just made some good shots.
Yeah, they scored more in the third quarter than they did the whole first half.
And Thompson's going to get fouled on the ground. That'll be on Sutherland. Her first foul. That's the make sure you got in the stat book foul. Oh, nice inbounds play. Noe converts the 2.
Noe's having a big second half. She's got 12 points now after just having 3 at the half.
Meyer with it, looking to use Chesney's screen. Over to Neville. And they're kind of doing a double team on Chesney in the paint now. Meyer passes up the 3, going to drive all the way to the other side. And then tried to feed Chesney, but Beal got in there. Now Beal's bringing it up court. Hildebrand over to Calvert. Back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand for 3. No good. Rebound. Thompson. Turnaround left hand. No good. Into the hands of Calvert. Out to Hildebrand. Hildebrand's going to drive. Left hand lay-in.
Hildebrand hasn't scored a lot tonight. That's 7 points for her, but she's really done a nice job defensively, handling the ball, creating some offense for her teammates.
That's going to be a charge on Chesney. Bombers have made a pretty significant defensive adjustment. Almost 2 people on Chesney at all times.
Yep.
And it's just not giving her a lot of room to work.
Which is a really good adjustment. When you have somebody with 13 at half, she scored the first couple points of the second half and has been pretty quiet since with a tough task to get through that double team.
Thompson, Noe, over to Hillebrand, back to Noe. And Noe goes down hard on the foul. On Meyer, only her second. Sutherland to the bench. Meyer to the bench. So on the court for the Blue Jays, Keys, Bell, Haynes, Green, Steenhook. For the Bombers, you got Calvert, Thompson, Levy, Noe, and Hillebrand. Hillebrand over to Calvert. And going to be a 3-second lane call on the Bombers.
Nice job breaking the pressure there.
Yeah. Keys into Steenhook, and they're going to get Levy on that foul.
Good job. Still hanging in there, trying to stick to the game plan.
Give and go. No good from Keys.
Good hustle by
Steenhook
Chesney.
chased it down and not able to get the pass out. Thompson now looking to go down the coast. Drops it off Beal. Beal's shot is good. Good unselfish play there. Now Thompson takes another one. She's just able to get her hand on the ball so often. Levy reverse lay-in, good. And that's a rough spot.
Yep, Bombers are kind of lighting up the score sheet right now. Levy with 10 in this half. Noe with 9 in this half. Thompson, your leading scorer, just with the bucket, but when you got other people picking up the pieces, you don't really need that. And right now, in the huddle, Coach Anderson's saying, hey, what can we do to finish this game on a positive note? Let's hold them to no more than 3 more baskets. Let's get ourselves to the free throw line 2 or 3 more times. You got to kind of continue to set goals. Coming back, erasing a 26-point deficit at this point, highly unlikely. So what can you do to get yourself prepared and ready for that game at ADM on Friday night? What can you do to make yourself better? So it's sort of like a practice within a game to make some things happen. Ballard probably going to go to the bench here pretty quick with just 5:29 left on the game clock. For now, they're going to stay in their 3/4 court press.
With 4 starters out there. Levy's the only non-starter.
Chesney with the double clutch pass there.
Bell for 3. Off the rim, no good. And
Chesney still fighting.
Yep. Hillebrand for 3. Off the rim, no good. Levy chases that down. Thompson going to take the 3. And that's good.
And now they're going to drop back into a half-court defense.
Because apparently 29 is different than 26 drastically. Sorry, Yeah. Steenhook out to Bell. Neville for 3. Abby. Off the rim, no good. Thompson with the rebound. Entry pass to Thompson. Layup, no good. And they're going to get a foul on Neville, I believe. This is where I always question. I mean, like, as physical as this game's been allowed to be, you're asking for something stupid to happen because it'll just be some fluke thing, and you're like, why didn't I take somebody out? You know?
A little bit like the Chargers playing their starters in the final game of
on
the regular
a week that
season,
didn't matter.
Having one of their wide receivers break his back.
Yeah.
And I'll defend the Ballard coaching staff a little bit. This is high school varsity sports. You got to get your players. There might be some games inside of a game, little things you're working on. They're going to go to their bench here in the next minute, I would think.
Steenhook gets the rebound on the missed shot.
And some coaches would say, hey, you're the team that's behind. When you go to your bench, I'll go to mine. There's different thoughts on that.
Sure.
That ball
Haynes
was
shot, no
deflected.
good. Beal tried to save that, not really sure why.
Yep.
And by doing so, she stepped on the line out of bounds, and it'll stay Blue Jay ball. Keys back to Green, back to Keys, I should say. Steenhook now into a double team, and Beal's able to take that one away. Hillebrand drives off the rim, no good. Thompson, left-hand putback is good.
16 now for Thompson.
3:20 remaining. Not a great decision there. Thompson's probably double digits in steals at this point too. And
Tough shot.
Is that a right-hand floater?
Now the Ballard coach is going to go to his bench.
Neville with it. Cross court to Green. Haynes now. Tried to get into Keys, a little high, and going to be out of bounds. So checking in for the Bombers, Larson and Rowetter, and then Kate Miller for the first time. And then there's another one late, Casey Rigby. For the Blue Jays, Keys, Neville, Miller, Haynes, and Meyer. Larson to Rigby. Levy drives, kick out Rowetter for three. And Blue Jays are going to sub in number 5, Tessa Sutherland, number 44, Grace Bergeson, Meyer, and Keys to the bench. And checking in for the Bombers, number 4, Jada Landy. Bergeson out to Sutherland.
Nice
Sutherland
pass.
Back into Bergeson. Landy's able to get a piece of that, but Sutherland tracks it down. Haynes drives, and she's going to be fouled by Larson. So under 2 minutes now.
Is that a quick 5?
Seemed kind of like it. Maybe he set the basketball down and I didn't notice.
1, 2.
Rigby to Rowetter, over to Landy. Miller with it.
No, not a quick 5 on the replay.
Not a quick 5?
No.
Okay. Rigby drives, kick out, Miller, and they're going to get travel called on Miller. Checking in for the Blue Jays, number 33, Erica Lyle. Checking out Aubrey Haynes.
I told Erica at halftime, if she gets in the game, I want to see a dunk. I've seen the girl hurdle. I know she's got some springs in her legs. I want to see a dunk. So clear the lane.
Clear the lane. ISO, ISO, ISO. Did you clear that with Coach?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm making this call.
Rowetter tracks down the loose ball. Larson sends it ahead to Landy. Nearing the 1 minute mark. Rowetter now. Little 3-person weave up at the top. Miller over to Landy. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Rigby, Larson for three, and it's in.
Why not, right? It's just kind of been their night. And it's been their half, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ferguson into Miller. Miller shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound, put back, no good, but is fouled.
I like when Grace Ferguson gets in the game. She's unselfish. She looks for her teammates. She, a lot of times when you're, getting those rare minutes off the bench, you're looking to score. But she's playing unselfish basketball. Got it into Carolyn. Carolyn, perfect from the free throw line tonight. I didn't just say that, did I?
You did.
Yeah, thank you, Carolyn.
She didn't care.
There's no free throw jinx. She's 4 for 4.
And Bombers can just dribble this out. As we near the end of this game, stick around for the following game. There'll be a varsity action between the 11-0 Bondurant for our Bluejays and the 6-5 Ballard Bombers. Final here in the women's game. Bombers 64, Bluejays 30. Leading scorers for the Bombers, 18 for Thompson, 12 for Paige Noe, 10 for Reagan Levy, and 7 for Beal and Hillebrand, and 6 for Calvert. For the Blue Jays, you had 17 for Chesney, 6 for Carolyn, 4 for Tayana, and 3 for Peyton. And as we look into the Vision Bank Player of the Game, Vision Bank sponsoring the Player of the Game for all of our broadcasts. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you. And I think you have an idea on this one.
I do. I wrote a note to you during the game and towards the end of the game there. And Chesney had a great night offensively, of course, and her teammates did a nice job finding her, getting her the ball. But I think there's a player that's got to be recognized for her effort, her leadership, her never quit, never say die. She had the tough task of guarding Aaliyah Thompson tonight. Really, I think, did a nice job. Held Aaliyah Thompson in check. Aaliyah got a couple of buckets there at the end, but Hannah Green is not a player that lights up the score sheet. That's not really her role for this team. She's a good and capable shooter, but she's a great defensive player. She's a leader. She's a positive force on the team, and she's the example that the rest of the team needs to be reminded of. Never quit, always hustle. When she comes out of the game, she's breathing hard and heavy. She's not she's tired because she's working so hard. So my vote for Vision Bank Player of the Game tonight is Hannah Green, and that's part of the body of work that she's had for the entire season. And if you think
about it, right, Aaliyah Thompson's averaging right at 18 points a game, and that's what she ended up with, which means for her, that's an average game. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't a poor game, but I think Thompson had 11 or 12 steals, which led to some fast break opportunities, which there's only so much you can do defensively to stop someone when they've already stolen the ball and got a head start.
Right.
So, that to hold her to her average, even with all those steals, definitely says something to the defensive effort.
It's not a token selection to pick Hannah tonight because I coached basketball for a long time. Our listeners may not know that. And every team needs a Hannah Green on their team. Somebody who, sure, she'd like to make a couple threes a game, hit a couple of layups, get herself in the score sheet, but she knows that's not her role on an every night basis. Her role is to defend, it's to rebound, it's to keep her team together and focused, and she's just been a really good piece of this program here the last couple of years, and I just like what she brings night in and night out with the effort.
So Vision Bank Player of the Game, Vision Bank, see what we can do for you. Hannah Green tonight defensively stepped up, and just overall leadership, she's going to be our Vision Bank Player of the Game tonight. We have about 13 minutes until the boys' game, so we'll step aside for a little bit, and we'll be back soon. Go Blue Jays.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, E-double-L. I said so, I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood, so ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful, and I got plenty of bread, so I go to bed full. I'm in it to win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cuz, young blood, but we ain't kin. You think of jumping, man, you best think again. The dirty, I'm the type of man that might go broke for revenge. Had some not so nice friends, kick the door off the hinge, take the door off your bins, pop up my four of your friends, man, please. This shit ain't cynical, nano subliminal, I'm physical, financial, and mental to be a general. Hey, the mama claims she want a soldier, not the type be in the tank, but in that Rover. Man, please, I'm in the zone like AIDS full blown. I'm killing it like a blind man reading. I'm feeling it like, oh yeah. Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it now.
Welcome back, Blue Jay fans, to this nightcap varsity men's basketball action between the visiting Ballard Bombers and your Bondurant for our Blue Jays. In the opener, the girls came away with the loss against the number 5 Bombers. But the number 1 Bondurant for our Blue Jays on the boys' action will look to set that straight tonight to finish off. Bondurant comes in 11-0 overall, 9-0 in conference, and the visiting Bombers 6-5 overall, 6-3 in conference. Starting line. Let's look at our starting lineups for tonight. For the visiting Ballard Bombers, they're going to be down a couple of starters tonight, so they're starting junior number 2, Owen Greco, sophomore number 4, Miles Mudd, junior number 12, Eli Rouse, senior number 21, Austin Schoen, and freshman number 23, Jude Gibson. And for your Blue Jays, your typical 5, starting with junior number 3, Reed Faltzgraff, senior number 4, Colby Collison, senior number 10, Jackson Freed, senior number 15, Everett White, and sophomore number 25, Cole Miller. Blue Jays are led in scoring by Collison with 19.3 a game, Jackson Freed with 16.6, and then at this exact moment, Faltzgraff and White are both 10.9 points per game. At any given night, we could have a different leading scorer, so that's definitely something that has moved around a lot.
Yep.
Leading scorer for the Bombers has been Mason Gorsh at 16.1. Of the players tonight, Jude Gibson with 14.8.
Yeah, and Gibson, one of the true outstanding freshmen in the state of Iowa, averaging 14, almost 15 points a game, about 5 rebounds, over 4 assists. Really an outstanding player. A lot of athleticism, quickness out there. Not a great shooter, but capable shooter. Going to get better and better at that. But I know last time over at Ballard, he gave the Blue Jays a lot of fits. So then the other thing I'm looking for tonight, Patrick, I know you have some keys to the game as well, but the thing I'm looking for tonight is how's this Blue Jay team going to handle the pressure as they continue to stay unbeaten. Now they're the number 1 team in the state according to the Athletic Association. Yep. That's for seeding purposes, but how do they handle that pressure as those the wins continue to mount? You know, that's exactly what you want. Anybody who says a loss will do you good, well, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but
it's a lot more fun to never lose.
Hey, keep the train on the tracks, keep winning. Let's not find out what a loss is about. If you can go 26-0, then hey, go 26-0.
So I mentioned I have some keys to the game, or you mentioned it, I guess. But my first key to the game was own the paint. These teams are close in most of their categories statistically, but we average 7 more points per game, 4 more offensively, and that leads to a lot of putback buckets. And I could see Everett White and Colby Collison really, and Freed for that matter, really doing some work in the paint and getting those quick putback buckets. Number 2, avoid fouls, which is even a bigger deal now that Ballard's down a couple guys. But neither team really likes to play more than about 7 guys. And so foul trouble wouldn't just be a problem, it'd be a huge problem. And Gorsh, Gibson, Greco all had 4 fouls in the first game early in the season at Ballard. And then third for the Blue Jays, stay calm and collected. At times, the Blue Jays can get a little out of control, try to get a little fancy, quick passes and stuff like that. And when you get sloppy, it allows transition points. So just stay calm, play your game, and play under control, and we'll win.
Yeah, well, and I think all 3 of those keys are reasons why we're 11-0. I mean, a long, lengthy athletic team that does get a lot of second chances in the paint. They've managed to stay out of foul trouble. The one game that comes to mind where they didn't was North Polk, and we had some really, really strong performances off the bench that night. Stay calm and collected. Boy, you're going to be in a lot of big games. You're going to get everybody's best shot the rest of the year. I mean, that's what happens when you're undefeated and number 1 team in the state. You're going to get everybody's best shot. They're going to get Ballard's best shot tonight. They're down a couple of players, but these guys that are suited up for Ballard, they're not going to back down. They think they're the better basketball school, and we're going to settle it on the court right here.
Freed's tip ends up in the hands of Rouse, who tries getting a quick pass over to Mudd. Gibson with it now.
Looks like Reed Falsgraf's drawn the assignment to guard Gibson.
Layup attempt is no good by Schoen. And they're going to get a quick foul on Freed. Schoen will go to the line for 2. As we requested avoiding fouls, we get one in the first 16 seconds. Schoen's first shot is off the front of the rim and no good.
Yeah, and that's tough for Jackson because now it takes a little bit of the aggressiveness out of you, especially on the offensive end where he's a good driver of the basketball. You don't want to get that second foul and end up sitting over there by Coach Evans.
Yep. It looks like we have a gigantic bench tonight, but it looks like we have 3 or 4 ball boys at the edge. So
yeah,
I don't think they're going to get into the game today. Nice entry pass from White to Collison. Collison is blocked and fouled on the block. He'll go to the line for 2. That foul is on Miles Mudd, his first.
And it will be interesting to see how this game is called. Sometimes we see these rivalry games called very close early on, and then as the game goes on, the whistles seem to be a little more lacking. But right now, both teams 1 foul and 1 point on the scoreboard.
Collison hits them both.
Breaks that tie.
Gibson to bring it up. Reed's going to pick him up just outside the 3-point line. Pull up 3 off the rim, no good. Freed gets the rebound.
I think that's the better strategy, is to force that young man to shoot out on the perimeter and not let him drive to the basket.
Gibson coming in just under 26% from 3-point line, but 46% as a field goal shooter. Freed for 3.
Yeah, just too much space for Jackson. Freed makes the Bombers pay. Both teams in a man-to-man right now.
Mudd to Schoen, gets it to Gibson underneath. Falsgraf closes out. Cross-court pass to Mudd. Has it blocked. White comes away with the ball. Falsgraf for 3 off the rim, and no good. Freed skies for the rebound. Kick out Miller. Miller over to White. Miller and Freed playing a little Statue of Liberty play. Inside to White. Nice pass from Miller, and White finishes it for 2.
Really nice penetration.
Gibson looking to use the Rouse screen. Falsgraf closes that off nicely. Gibson floater, no good. Rouse gets the rebound. Tried to pass it out. It's going to be Blue Jay ball.
Yep, Rouse not typically a starter. He comes in averaging just 1 point a game, so maybe a little bit of nerves for him here early on.
Miller brings it up. Ooh, just a bad pass. Almost looked like it just stuck to his hand, and he didn't think it would. A little dew on the ball. Mudd over to Greco. Feeds it in to Schoen. Schoen reverse, no good. Rouse chases it down. feeds Gibson underneath, and that's going to be a foul on Freed. So that's that second foul that you didn't want to see.
Yep, and Jackson looks to the bench, and he knows what's coming next.
Yep. Good hustle by Rouse to track down that rebound. Fed Gibson underneath the basket. Gibson hits the first free throw. And Tanner Bergeron going to check into the game for Jackson Freed.
That's frustrating. But now what Jackson needs to do is stay in the game by staying behind his teammates, stay ready to go in. It may not be till the second or third quarter, but stay ready. That's tough because you want to play.
Right. Yeah, I think we might see him at some point in the second quarter. I don't know. Falsgraf pull-up 2 is good.
Reed showing a little mid-range there.
Nice deep pass to Schoen. That's going to be foul on Bergeron. Schoen to go to the line for 2.
Ballard's going to push this tempo, even on a made bucket.
One thing that Freed being in early foul trouble does is it gives maybe somebody else an opportunity to step up and score some points. As we have the infamous, oh gosh, John and Evan. Oh geez, oh man, this is a troublesome group that just showed up here.
Definitely concerning.
Schoen hits them both. Bergeron for 3, and it's good. Gibson for 3, off the rim. White with a good box out, gets the rebound. Miller pushes ahead, tries to get it ahead to Collison, just too much on it. No need to rush. Rico over to Gibson. Falsgraf took a run at it and just missed. Schoen for 3, and it's good.
Yeah, and that's the gamble of going for a steal there, especially against Gibson. It's going to make you pay.
The other part to that, though, is I think Falsgraf's gotten to enough of those that you let that aggressive play go for a little bit until it's a problem, as Grieco just takes that one away. It's not called gambling because it works every time. Gibson, reverse layup, no good.
Reed makes up for it there with a nice block shot.
Collison, kick out, Falsgraf 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Schoen. Gibson at three-point line using Rouse as a screen. And tried a little pick and roll with Rouse, but Rouse wasn't quite ready for that entry.
Yeah, a little hot to handle on the pass. No great rhythm to this game yet. Ballard now in a 2-3 zone.
Not a great pass. Thrown ahead to Gibson. Gibson chases it down, feeds Rouse under the hoop for 2.
Not a lot of great transition defensive hustle there either. I don't think Coach Evans is going to be happy when he sees that.
And now that pass top. Blue Jays just need to calm down. And Coach Evans is going to take that timeout.
Yep.
And just kind of sloppy first half of this quarter.
Well, and your third key to the game was, hey, let's keep our composure. And, it's just kind of a ugly series of a couple of minutes, some unforced turnovers, and maybe not the greatest defensive transition.
And you still have the lead.
Yeah, you do.
So clean it up. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah. Well, and good to see Tanner Bergeron come in and hit his first three-point shot. He's been shooting a little bit in tough luck, but when you're that good a shooter, the shots are going to start falling, especially when you're getting clean looks. Not forcing anything, really playing his role, feeding off that ball handling and penetration from his teammates, knocking those open shots down when they're available to him.
Yeah, you don't set up a play for him to shoot with 2 seconds left if he's not a good shooter.
No, I like that 28, 30-footer he made the other night.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you should tune into every game.
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
Or
show up.
Or you can pull up the YouTube and watch the last game.
You can do that too. But it's a home game. You might as well just be here if you're here.
Crowd's spilled in here a little bit.
On both sides. Bombers did a good job traveling down here. Gibson with the ball. Drives into the lane, just loses control, and that's going to be a travel.
Yep. Reed's really doing a nice job on Gibson here in the early stages of the game. Keeping him in front. That's the main thing.
Falsgraf with it over to Bergeron. Back over to Falsgraf. White in the paint with it. Bergeron going to pull up three.
Boom.
Hits it.
Yeah. He's in a good rhythm tonight. That's not the last one we're going to see from him.
Grieco over to Gibson. Gibson drops it off to Mudd. Schoen now tries to drive, and that's going to be a charge on the moving screen on Grieco. Second team foul on the Bombers. Nice entry pass to Collison. Collison gets into a little too deep, so kicks it back out to Miller. Good decision making now. Miller pull up three. Off the rim, no good. High up into the air. Rouse gets the rebound. And now Everett White is fouled on his way up.
Good hard foul by Schoen to contest that. You know, that's a good place to make a guy prove it at the free throw line. Don't give too easy points up. It wasn't a dirty foul, just a clean, aggressive, hard foul to prevent the easy layup.
White gets the roll on the first.
Everett White close to averaging that double-double, over 10 points a game, over 8 rebounds a game, and just has been really, really good over these last few ball games.
He makes both free throws. He's really been just a clutch player, has been able to avoid foul trouble, and I think every home game. I don't remember having one where he was in foul trouble, and just been really solid at the free throw line down the stretch, and
playing with a lot of confidence.
Yep. Falsgraf feeds Collison. Collison is triple teamed, and Mudd's able to get a piece of that. That's Jackson Brown going to the hoop. He makes it and is fouled by Cole Miller.
Jackson was not running on empty there.
Ooh. Is that 70s or 80s?
Jackson Brown he's been good in many decades.
Well, I know, but when did the song come out?
Oh, 70s.
70s, okay. Brown thought it was short when he let it go, but it got there.
Ballard staying in that 2-3.
Cross court to Miller. Bergeron. Falsgraf. Collison going to pull up three off the rim. No good. Bergeron gets the rebound, saves it out to Miller. Falsgraf over Bergeron. Bergeron. Step back.
Nice pass.
And there's that nice finish by Collison.
His first field goal. Great pass by Reed there. Getting it done on both ends tonight.
Showing out to Grieco. Gibson now going baseline, kicks it out. Mudd the other end. Off the top of the backboard, no good. Falsgraf gets the rebound.
That got a little reaction from our student section.
Bergeron going to pull up three. That's going to be off. Mudd gets the rebound. Brown going to bring it up court. Uses Mudd as a screen. Brown drives. Is foul. They're going to wave off the shot, though.
Yep, took a little shoulder check from Cam Barnett, about 15 feet from the basket.
Cam making sure he gets into the stat book early.
Oh, yeah.
Learned everything he knows from his neighbor John.
Yes. The mean streets of Sixth Court.
And Blue Jays take that one. Collison finishes the pass from Miller.
Nice job by Cole there. Kind of bounced back from a couple of tough minutes stretch there in the middle of the quarter. And he's really gotten himself refocused and back into this game.
And 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Gibson with the ball.
Keep him in front.
Kick out. Schoen for three, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Gives a little look at the student section.
So we're going to go into the end of the first quarter. Blue Jays 21, Bombers 16. That's the second three for Schoen.
Yeah, I think obviously anytime one of your leading scorers, one of your starters gets into foul trouble early, like we saw with Jackson Freed, two things happen. Number one, somebody's got to step up. Well, Tanner Berggren hit a couple of threes, so that's big stepping up. I think the one thing that you don't see though, or maybe you don't consider, is that does move Colby Collison into more of an inside player rather than a perimeter player. So he's playing around the basket more. Look, Colby's good wherever you put him on the floor, but it does move him away or move him in around the basket, and he's a little less of a ball handler, maybe a little less involved with touches and so forth. But
so far they've been on a pretty decent job of finding him on those passes into the paint.
Yes, they have.
Both Falsgraf and Miller looking for him down there.
Yep. Colby and Tanner both with 6 points here to lead the scoring. And
although a complete opposite approach to get there.
Correct.
And Gibson's going to get called for the blocking foul.
His first. And we do see Jackson Freed come back into the game here.
Freed in the corner. To Falsgraf in the paint. Quick pass to Collison. He's fouled right away. That foul is on Mason Gatchell.
No look touch pass from Reed, looking for Colby underneath there. Be interesting to see how long Coach Evans goes with Jackson. I think maybe we'll see him till the 5 or the 4 minute mark, and then probably go back to the bench for the rest of the half, unless there's a situation that calls for a 3-point shooter at the end of the clock.
Falsgraf feeds it into Freed, but there's 3 players there. Gibson now kicks it out. Gatchell for 3. Off the rim. No good. Collison gets the rebound. Collison going to take it up court himself. Dumps it off to Falsgraf. Back to Collison. Just a little low. Freed, pull up 3. No love on the roll. They're going to call Berggren over the back.
Yeah, he was there initially to grab that ball, and then a late box out by Schoen kind of used his backside to get into Tanner creating that foul.
Schoen to the bench, Mudd into the game for the Bombers, Berggren to the bench, and Cole Miller back in for the Blue Jays.
Yep, starting lineup back in for the home team.
Gibson to Brown. Gatchell over to Gibson. Gibson pull up 3. Off the front of the rim, no good, and loose ball. Brown dives for it, and then White dives for it, and Rouse dives for it, and half the team's on the floor. And
Brown comes away with the bucket.
Brown uses the official as a screener.
Yeah, and Jackson Freed did a good job to avoid picking up that 3rd foul there.
Love the hustle, though. Everybody was going for that loose ball.
And probably the news of the night is that Everett White didn't come up with that loose ball, because that's kind of his forte.
That's going to be a foul on Gatchell, his second. Garrett Von Steen down under the basketball hoop, picking up some video for Blue Jay Digital. Loves catching those nice quick transition dunks. As Falsgraf pull up 2, no good. White,
yeah, he got pushed.
Is
he
fouled by
out
Gatchel
underneath there. Yep, undoubtedly. And the Blue Jays are in the bonus.
And that's the 3rd foul for Gatchel, so he's going to go to the bench. Grieco's going to come back in for the Bombers.
Gatchel's leading his team in fouls per minute. 3 quick ones coming off the bench.
White hits the first. He's way above his average of .3 fouls per game. Gibson brings it up court. Drops it for Jackson Brown. Brown over to Grieco.
Running that high UCLA cut. It's creating a few challenges for the Blue Jays. Getting off that high screen.
Gibson drives. Kick out. Brown over to Grieco for a long 3. No good, but Mudd tips it back out to Grieco.
Long threes, long rebounds.
And Brown's going to get called for the double dribble. Blue Jay ball. Falsgraf hunting those transition steals over there.
Yep. Nice job by Jackson Freed, keeping the ball in front of him. Not letting Brown operate too much. Everett White in on that play as well.
That's one of those passes I just don't love. You're throwing it into a double team that Colby hasn't had a chance to clear everybody out. White skies for that rebound. Collison up. Fouled by Rouse. He'll go to the line for 2.
Really good transition from the Blue Jays there. Colby out running the floor.
And then just a quick decision to attack the basket.
Yep.
And
first miss of the night.
Miss for Collison. Hits the second. Brown over to Grieco. Has Mudd underneath the hoop. Mudd trying to back down Collison. And Miller is able to steal that ball away. Collison for a deep 3.
It's a bomb.
No good. Everett White's there for the rebound and the putback.
8 for Everett. Asserting himself in this quarter. Boy, he's really doing a nice job. Both ends of the floor.
We've really seen that the last, pretty much all season. At least one half, he really seems to take over, which causes the defense to have to make adjustments to him, which opens up the court for everybody else.
Ooh.
Hudson McConnell going to check in for the Blue Jays.
That might have been off Jude Gibson. The ball was going the same direction he was, but Coach Evans asked the side official for help, and they're still going to give it to the Bombers.
Freed is the one checking out for the Blue Jays. Miles Mudd. White gets the block.
Really good defense. Straight up holding his ground, swatting that thing away.
Hudson McConnell feeds Collison back out to McConnell. McConnell. Cross court Miller and travel on Miller or McConnell? On McConnell.
Oh, no, I think he's just pointing sideline out of bounds. I think it was on Miller. Boy, if they had pointed at guys that made the turnover, I would have got pointed at a lot.
Coach Evans having a little discussion with the side official. Brown passes it to Rouse, has it tipped away. Collison ahead to Falsgraf. Falsgraf's going to slow it down. Collison pull up 2. Nothing but net.
Smooth as a gravy sandwich.
That's a gravy sandwich, he says. It's not even Thanksgiving.
I'm still working off those gravy sandwiches.
White
Ooh, Everett better
gets
be
the foul.
careful. Everett.
A little enthusiastic. It goes out of bounds.
Oh, he didn't get a foul. He got a block.
Sorry, got a block.
And a little emotional there. I like seeing that, but you got to be careful not to get a technical foul for taunting.
This could be a timeout, Bombers.
Yep, this lead grown to 10 here. Just kind of methodically, surgically by the Blue Jays. And Coach Evans is talking to Everett right now. Hey, man, I love the intensity, the effort. Let's everybody play with that, but keep the motions in check.
Don't flex over the guy.
Yep.
Flex at your bench or flex at the student section, not over the guy.
Yep.
Which, I mean, he was in the general direction of the student section. It just might have been over top of the guy, too.
Yeah.
Just a quick timeout here.
Hudson McConnell getting some action for the Blue Jays. He's seen some most of his time this year on the JV level, leading that group in scoring, and as a sophomore, trying to plug him in and see if he can give this team some added minutes off the bench.
The North Polk game, I think, was the first one he had any action in. Gibson drives, and Falscraft probably got away with one there. It looked like maybe some hand contact.
Maybe.
It's a little hard to tell when Miller's shot no good. Mudd gets the rebound.
It's a lot of traffic for Cole there.
Grieco for three, no good. Rouse gets another rebound. He's had a pretty solid day on the boards. Falscraft going to take this one. No, Gibson rips it away from him, and White's going to get called for that foul. Their back was kind of to us, so I really don't know how Gibson ended up with that ball. But
quick hands, something neither you or I possess,
True.
Patrick.
Gibson misses the first.
Reed has held Gibson without a field goal at this point. The Blue Jays with Reed being the primary guarder there.
And Falscraft's going to track down this loose ball to McConnell. McConnell looking to go baseline. Gets cut off. Pass it back out to Miller. Collison, Falscraft into White. White with the double team, and he is fouled, I believe, on Mudd.
I think you're right. I think they are going to call that on Mudd and not on Rouse. Yes. Yeah. Everett going to get trip number 5 and 6 to the free throw line here.
As Everett continues to treat that basket like a nice little nest that he's depositing eggs in.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Bird's Nest, for their support of Blue Jay Athletics, as well as everything else in the Bondurant community, a great community partner, employer of students, and protector of kids as Everett protects the paint.
10 for Everett. Perfect 6 for 6 from the line. A couple of field goals.
Gibson, spin, right hand up, no good. Falscraft gets that rebound. Miller, cross court, Collison, White, into 5 guys in the paint, and White converts it. Sometimes I think Everett just doesn't care. He's going to score.
Yeah.
Gibson drives, shot up, no good. Falscraft, good job staying in front of him.
Yeah, Reed's done a fantastic job.
Ooh, I'm surprised that wasn't on the line. As Grieco rips that one away into the hands of Miller. And White just running around people on his way to the hoop.
He's on a mission tonight. 14. Lead is now up to 16. And he says, Reed, I'll give you a break. I'll take Gibson here for a little bit.
Good hustle by White to track down that ball. and get it back over to Falsgraf without the travel, and then Falsgraf pull-up three from the corner is good.
This last 2 or 3 minutes, this has looked like a highly rated team. They're really executing at a high level. They're defending well. They're finding open shooters. Doing it with a couple of sophomores on the court.
Gibson cross-court, Mudd, turn, layup, good.
Nice bucket by Mudd. Good patience.
Yep. And I like the decision by the Blue Jays. Once he made that move, like don't go create a bad foul.
Yep. Now they're going to play for one. Hopefully have no worse than a 17-point lead. You get a three, maybe you double up the score here at halftime. Cam Barnett may not get a chance to check in here before the half ends.
8 seconds on the shot clock, or on the game clock now. Collison with it to Miller. Miller pull up is blocked. White gets it. Turnaround is going to be short. And that's going to take us to halftime. Blue Jays lead 37-20.
Yeah, four-point quarter there for the Bombers, and that's not going to get it done here. Hey, we've seen, as well as this team has played, we've seen them hit their peaks and their valleys. They've kind of had a little bit of a peak here in the second quarter. Hopefully the Blue Jays won't have that valley. They'll continue to keep the hammer down here, keep the pressure on. Two things stood out for me in that half, Patrick. Reed Falsgraf's defense against Jude Gibson, who we recognized before the game started as one of the state's best freshmen. And then just the all-around play of Everett White.
I think I have to cut you off.
Thank you. I was just going to stop.
The dance team is going to come out here and do one of their award-winning performances. So we'll step aside and let you enjoy their routine. All right, welcome back to second half action of boys varsity Raccoon River Conference competition between the Ballard Bombers and your Bondurant Ferrara Bluejays. Coming out of halftime, Bluejays will have a 37-20 lead. Led in scoring by Everett White with 14, Colby Collison with 9, 6 from Tanner Berggren, 5 from Falsgraf, and 3 from Freed. Leading scorer for the Bombers, Austin Schoen with 9, Jackson Brown with 5, and then 2 for Mudd, Rouse, and surprisingly 2 from Gibson, who's averaging 15 a game. Bombers will have the ball coming out of halftime. Showing over to Mudd. Grieco in the corner. Back to Mudd. Mudd drives, gives it to Gibson. Gibson. Pull up 3, and he hits.
Yep. He was going to make one of those eventually, and, you know, for Ballard, that's hopefully a sign of things to come because his inability to get to the basket and finish tonight has been pretty noticeable.
Freed for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rouse with the rebound. Gibson stepped through left-handed, gets it to go.
Yeah,
nice finish there.
Just kind of clear things out for him a little bit, let him go to work here.
Collison into White, finds Freed. Schoen cuts that off. Miller gonna pull up 3, off the rim, no good. And Mudd's able to control that rebound. Schoen back out to Mudd. Gibson now Falsgraf with him. Gibson kicks it out to Grieco. Grieco loses it on the dribble. Mudd to Rouse. Rouse
Almost
probably got away with a foul on that from White, you think? Gibson shot, no good. Freed with the rebound.
Bombers have come out. They're firing. Racing that 17-point deficit. They've cut it down to 12. Let's see if the Blue Jays have an answer here.
Miller brings it back out top. Over to Collison. Back to Miller. Falsgraf. To Miller. We're using a lot of this clock.
Yeah.
We're using up the shot clock. Collison for 3, and it's down.
Colby always seems to be the guy that stops those streaks, you know.
Just a very fundamental player. If he was 6'10", he'd be the big fundamental.
He'd also be a 5-star recruit.
Rouse is able to track that ball down, gets the shot up.
That's good fortune. That's a break, but, you know, breaks happen when you hustle.
You work hard, yep. Falsgraf kicks it over to Miller for 3, off the rim, no good. White gets a rebound, turn around, put back, and he's fouled. That foul is on Schoen, his second.
I like watching Everett White play basketball. I'm just going to go on the record and say that.
He's Rodman but shoots better?
I'd have to think of who his game compares to. And it'd probably be somebody from the 70s or 80s, but just so many loose balls and rebounds. And yeah, he missed one. I got to stop saying nice things about him.
Schoen out of control, no good on the bucket. Collison gets the rebound, pushes ahead to White. White, hesitation, shot up and good.
Nice play.
Mudd over to Gibson. Gibson going baseline, gets the lay in good.
Gibson might have been challenged a little bit at the half.
White around Rouse, shot up, no good. He'll go to the line for 2. That foul is on Rouse, his second. White makes that one.
That's where I'd like to be a fly on the wall and hear what the coaches fly in the huddle to hear what the coaching staff's talking about right now and what they need to do to.
White hits them both.
Yep. We're going to see a different little zone change here, 2-3 zone, see if they can stop that dribble penetration from the Bombers. Timeout from Ballard. Had cut that lead down to 12, back up to 16 now here with 4:26 to go. Everett White doing his thing. 19 points on the night, 5 quick points after the break. Jude Gibson has gotten himself a little more involved in the game. And
yeah, 7 points this half, 9 for the game.
Hit a quick 3, a couple of driving baskets. And as he matures as a player, that 3-point percentage that sits at about 26% right now, probably dipped a little bit below that tonight. He's probably about 1 for 5, 1 for 6 tonight. As he develops that 3-point shot, he's going to be impossible to guard because of his athleticism and his quickness getting to the basket. And if teams don't respect that 3-point shot, he's going to make them pay with that as he continues to develop that.
And as just a freshman, you don't know. He might have a few inches to keep growing. And he's doing pretty solid work with what he, his 5'11" that he's listed at. But if he starts rolling around at 6'2", 6'3", it's going to be a little easier to finish at the hoop.
Yeah. He might have some stars after his name, too.
Showing to inbound. Gibson comes to get that.
It's like a 1-3-1.
And Mudd had it taken away, but Rouse got to it, and then Everett White blocks it. Rouse rips it away, hits it out of bounds, and it'll be Blue Jay ball. Miller brings it up court over to Falsgraf. Collison now with it for Freed in the corner for 3. Off the rim, no good. Gibson gets the rebound. Takes off running. And Showing with a nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, quick foul on Gibson. He's like, what did I do? But his second.
Baltzgraf to inbound. Collison for 3, just a little off.
Boy, the Bombers got away with one there.
Grieco gets the rebound. Gibson over to Mudd. Mudd step back 3, and it's good.
Just like that, back to 11. Blue Jays have not been able to deliver that knockout punch here that maybe you hoped they would early in the third quarter and make this thing a no-doubter. Ballard's
over to Collison. You going to update us on Ballard's defense?
Well, they're a proud program is what I was going to say. And, you know, they don't lose a lot of 20-plus point games.
It's always tough when you're down a few players and getting a little deeper into your bench. But White gathers that one again, and he's fouled.
Yeah, it looked like Everett was going to make his first noticeable mistake of the game right there and managed to regather the ball and draw a foul. Ballard with 4 fouls here in the third quarter. The Blue Jays have yet to be called for one.
And Schoen knocks that one out of bounds. Stays Blue Jay ball. Carter Obrecht getting into the action over there on the bench, trying to gather that one.
Colby did a good job coming to the ball there, so it wasn't a turnover.
I don't know how that wasn't a foul, but that one is. So Collison will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, almost would have been better to be a foul earlier. It would have been out of bounds, and as it stands, Colby's going to get a pair of free throws.
That foul is on Mudd, his 3rd. Collison gets the bounce. Acting like he shot here before. Jackson Brown going to check in. Miles Mudd to the bench. No good on the second. Going to be out of bounds off Freed. Bomber ball.
Ballard with a chance here with a 3 to cut it to single digits. Looks like the Blue Jays are going to stay in that 1-3-1. They got the long arms of Reed Falsgraf out front there. And Miller kind of chasing things down on the baseline.
Cam Barnett in the middle. Cross-court pass, Jackson Brown over to Grieco in the corner. Off, no good. Rebound, Showen, put back, no good. And that might have been off a Blue Jay. I'm not sure who gets credit for that one.
I think you give Rouse the bucket.
Rouse?
No, they said Showen, but I think it was,
all right.
I think it was Rouse.
Collison to Barnett, back out to Freed. Freed's going to pull up 3, and just not quite there right now. Yeah, offensive foul on Colby.
Jackson's a good deep shooter. That's a little bit of a settle there. You know, maybe I don't know where the shot clock was right there, but maybe a little more ball movement, reversal, get you a little bit easier, higher percentage shot. And I don't want to discourage Jackson from taking that shot because he can shoot.
He's made it
bombs.
plenty, yeah.
Yep.
Falsgraf blocks it with the left. Must have been called with the foul on the right.
Yeah, I think he got into his body, and that's where the foul was called because he definitely blocked that with his left hand.
And we are singing the national anthem as our theme tonight was USA Out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't quite get that one, but
I'm not sure how distracting it seems to be for the free throw shooting as he made both. I mean, you got to try things, but I'd switch it up to something else because that one didn't work. Falsgraf to Miller. Miller, Freed, back to Miller. Barnett in the paint, goes up, has it blocked by Brown, goes up again, and doesn't get the roll. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul's going to be on Jackson Brown. His first foul.
Yeah, Cam did a nice job hanging in there, getting that second chance and getting himself to the free throw line.
Oh, in and out.
This has become a ball game again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time to start getting back to those fundamentals.
Well, and this is kind of some of the pattern we've seen a little bit with this team. You know, it's hard to pick on a team that's 11-0, but kind of that surrendering big lead.
Gibson. Shot no good. Falsgraf with the rebound. Sorry, cut you off.
Nope.
Collison over to Barnett. Barnett back out to Miller in the corner. Collison, Falsgraf for a long 2. No good. Freed gets the rebound. Left hand putback is good.
Jackson showing off his length there and like seeing him get in the scoring column that way, getting a putback, effort points, offensive rebounds.
Showing to Grieco, and then Freed steps in front of that one for the steal. Throws it down! Jackson Freed.
You kind of see Jackson put it into another gear there. He was going to not be denied.
Gibson shot up, no good. Barnett gets the rebound. Now Collison not quite able to finish. Showen gets that rebound. Grieco, left hand scoop, no good. Rouse there for the rebound, putback. Rouse has been having a really solid game.
Good effort player, and a lot of this happening without number 15 in the game.
So after 3, Blue Jays lead 51-40.
Yeah, 20-point quarter for Ballard. Outscored the Blue Jays by 6 there to cut that lead down from 17 to 11. And again, we don't want to split hairs. We don't want to pick on a team that's 11-0, but that has been the one thing, especially at these home games. We saw a big lead against Gilbert. We saw a big lead early in the season against, who was it? ADM. That just kind of.
You let them back in.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it's complacency. There's a lot of good basketball teams in this conference, a lot of good basketball players. Basketball is a game of streaks and runs, and Ballard definitely had the Blue Jays number in that quarter, but it's all about how you finish too. So we've got 8 minutes to see if we can extend this lead from 11. You want that ability to coast in a little bit. You might have a little bit of weather coming in. Get these guys some rest. This is the heart of the season. If they had a day off from basketball, it wouldn't hurt them. And then have some fresh legs going over to Adel on Friday. At the end of the night, you just want to have another mark in the W column.
Got a little extended break. I'm not sure what that was about, but on the court for the Blue Jays, Collison, Falsgraf, Bergeron, Freed, and White. And for the Bombers, Gibson, Schoen, Brown, Mudd, and Gatchel. Gatchel, his first appearance back in a little while as he had 3 quick fouls.
Ballard staying in their zone. Under 10 on the clock now.
Collison in a double team. Falsgraf for 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Freed gets had it knocked away. Gibson gets the rebound. Kicks it out. Brown for 3, and it's good. And we're back to single digits.
Yep, Brown's a kid that 8 points, hasn't played a lot this year, averaging 2 a game.
Falsgraf passes it to Freed. Freed puts it in.
Is that a pass?
It was.
Okay.
I'm 100% confident
All right.
on that.
You say so.
Yep. I promise he also didn't learn it from his dad because that guy never passed. Unless it's behind the back.
Blue Jays back in their man-to-man. Utilize that 1-3-1 a little bit.
Schoen for 3.
Yeah.
Misses everything.
That's probably not a shot the Ballard bench is real happy about. Again, that's a settle against a very lengthy, long arm Jackson Freed.
Falsgraf drives, tried to get to Freed, cut into the hoop, but just not enough space for that. 3-point attempt from Brown, and that's good. Brown really stepping up for this Bomber team.
Yeah.
Blue Jays with a 7-point lead under 6 minutes now. Falsgraf trying to hit Bergeron, cut into the basket, but there was a few Bombers in the way. Brown for 3 again.
That was the heat check right there. Good rebound by Reed Falsgraf.
Good decision. 1-on-4 wasn't a great idea. White dumps it off to Collison. Collison with the finish and Brown with the foul.
Now Everett White's looking like Magic Johnson out there, dishing out assists. But that's a big bucket to kind of stop that momentum from a couple of Jackson Brown three-pointers.
Schoen and Gibson to the bench. So now on the court for the Bombers, you got Grieco, Mudd, Gatchel, Brown, and Rouse. Collison finishes up the three-point play. Pull up 2 from Grieco. No good. White gets the rebound. Collison bring it up court. Bergeron pulls it back out and tried to throw it to Collison, but Collison had already cut.
Gibson getting a little breather over there on the bench. We'll see if the Ballard Bombers can cut into this lead a little bit again with their freshman point guard over there on the bench.
Falsgraf going to go to the bench. So Miller, Collison, Freed, White, and Bergeron on the court for the Blue Jays. Mudd over to Brown. Brown drives, and he's going to get fouled on the
ground. On the ground. And yes, that is correct.
That foul is on White.
Yep. Just the third team foul for the Blue Jays, so no bonus yet.
That's Everett's second. Brown pullback 2.
He's just like in a heat check mode right now. Jackson Brown is. He wants the basketball. They set that out of bounds play up for him off that triangle screen the screener look.
Miller into White. White back out to Miller. Miller tried to feed Freed in the paint.
Miller had the right idea there, and I think Jackson, had he stayed put, would have had an easy 2 points, but just not on the same page there. And Gibson's right back into the game. 8-point game, under 5.
And as Gibson comes back in, so does Falsgraf. Brown shot, no good. And that's going to send Brown to the line for 2. Be a second foul on Collison.
Again, Jackson Brown is a sophomore. He's averaging 2 points a game, averaging less than 1 shot a game. And this is what a team needs when they've got 2 of their regulars, out of action. They need somebody to step up, and Jackson Brown has done that in aces here in the second half as he finally misses a free throw.
14 points on the game for Brown, 9 in this half. And the Bombers are starting the Tomahawk chant. I'm confused on how that makes sense. But Freed hits it in the corner for 3.
Blue Jays with just enough answers tonight from their senior leaders. Colby Collison seems like he's had big answers on when the Bombers have gotten it down to 6 or 7. Jackson Freed taking his turn. Everett White making some big plays out there. And Coach Evans, just good timeout. I like these timeouts. You could continue to play with the flow of the game, but now you got a chance to regroup. You're up 10. Get yourself squared up defensively. Know exactly what your strategy is for the rest of the game. And then maybe call a set on the offensive end for the next time you have an offensive possession. So good timeout by Coach Evans. Get his team focused here. Ballard is, they're to be commended. They've made a ball game out of this. They've kept their heads above water. Down 17 at half, they could have folded up the tent and went home, and it could have turned ugly in a hurry. But again, they're a proud program. One guy over there, assistant coach Tron Scott, I've known him for a long time. Former head coach at North Polk, assistant at North Polk. He's been in the business a long time. One of the really good guys and incredibly knowledgeable basketball mind.
And he used to have a running joke about somebody not just doing this, but they also drove the bus. I'm pretty sure he did actually drive the bus for a while.
He might have. I know he drives a tractor. That's one thing he's really good at.
I'm pretty sure he drove a bus, too. Mudd for 3.
Quick timeout for Ballard. Good set coming out of there. Good play. You knew Gibson was going to draw a crowd penetrating into the lane, and Mudd slipped out to the top of the key and knocked down the open 3, and that gives Ballard a chance to take a timeout, get their defense set, see if they can get a stop here and get themselves just a little bit closer.
Blue Jays are in the 1-1 at this point. Only 4 team fouls on the Blue Jays.
Yep, they got a couple to give before they put the Bombers in the bonus. So that's a situation where really, without a lot of foul trouble right now, three of the guys in the game, Collison, Freed, and White, all with 2. If you get beat on a drive, you can give a quick one just to not give up an easy 2 points.
Gibson picking up pressure on.
And then they back into their 2-3
yeah.
zone. Gibson lightning quick out there, looking to get a steal and get it going the other way.
Oh, good pass into Collison. Collison goes up with it and converts the 2.
Another big bucket when his team needed it.
And that's your waking up with 18 points, Colby Collison right there.
What'd you have for breakfast, Colby? 18 points.
Gibson with a good job. Kicks it over cross court to Mudd. Mudd for 3. No good. Gibson's with the rebound putback.
11 for Gibson in this half, 13 in the game. Under 3.
Blue Jays using a little bit of the clock. Just struggling with those entry passes into the paint.
And then Cole didn't get back.
Gibson finishes.
Makes the turnover and didn't get back. Kind of had the deer in the headlights a little bit. Didn't get back on defense.
False graph 2, no good. And Freed's going to get called for over the back. Mudd's going to tell him what way we're going.
And again, probably not the shot Coach Evans wants. Use some shot clock.
Rouse to the bench, and Jackson Brown back in.
In the regular flow of the game, that's a shot you'd say, Reed, take 100 out of 100 times. In a situation where you're up 5 late, you want to use some shot clock, maybe get that clock under 2.
Gibson blocked by Falsgraf and throws it at him out of bounds. So technically it's out of bounds on Gibson. I don't know what Reed was doing there. The Ballard student section thinks that should be a technical. It was definitely odd.
Yeah, I don't know if Reed thought he was going to go out of bounds or why he did that. But
it didn't really look like it, though. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Reed's a competitive kid. That's a weird response. Yeah, I don't know.
And not to be lost in the whole situation was a really good play by Reed. Just not sure why he did that rather than just push the ball up the floor. But
right, because at that point you had a 5-on-4 advantage because Gibson was on the floor.
Yeah, but what happened, and it's going to be Blue Jay basketball.
Blue Jays up 5.
I don't think there was any unsportsmanlike intent on Reed's part at all. I think he just thought that guy's out of bounds. If it's off him, he's out of bounds. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Maybe we can get a little post-game interview on that one.
Maybe not.
We haven't done any post-game interviews for basketball.
Nope.
We did a couple for football.
Nope. Big possession here. It's going to be a 5-second call. Whew.
We're under 2 minutes now.
And down to 12 on the shot clock.
Freed over to Collison, back out to Freed. 8 on the clock. He goes cross court. Miller for 3. Off the rim, no good. Freed rips down the rebound and puts it back in. Gibson over to Mudd. Greco now.
Need to get you some water, Patrick.
Yeah. Hung out with a 2-year-old nephew for 5 minutes, and I'm pretty sure that's all it took for him to get me sick.
Little germ factories.
Greco, Mudd, showing in the corner, has Miller on him. Late on the shot clock. Mudd's going to have to pull. No good. Collison gets the rebound after some solid defense.
And Gibson did not get the ball in his hands in that possession after his initial pass, and that's really the guy who needed to have the basketball there.
I would think you're looking to foul here, no?
Yeah, and I think Freed did get fouled and was wanting that, but no call.
And Collison, right decision, calls for it.
Yep. Coach Evans with a good decision there to have Colby come up there and get the ball in his hands.
80% free throw
Yeah.
shooter. That's the guy you want on the line. It's interesting that once he got the ball, that's when the foul happened.
Yep.
They were waiting to foul everybody else.
Now here's another thing for you to think about, Patrick. We'll wait for the free throws. Colby
Hits
knocks
that
down
one.
the first. So a clean sweep of Ballard, assuming things continue the way they are and we don't see a crazy comeback here. It's possible these teams could meet a third time in tournament play, with the Blue Jays being one of those top 8 seeds in the state, and a Ballard team maybe coming to Bondurant for a game.
Shot is long and no good. Freed gets the rebound.
Smart. Number 4 is smart. Could have looked for the easy layup there, but the clock is your friend here. A missed layup, a turnover. You just don't want that now. You're looking to get the W.
And I don't know if this is official, but I'm going to count it as being official anyway. I believe Colby got his 500th rebound tonight.
Okay.
If not, it's going to happen on the road, so we're going to give him credit for it
All right.
tonight.
All right.
So 500 rebounds over the course of his career.
Everett with 21 points there. Hit that 20 threshold. Back up to 11-point lead here for the Blue Jays.
And that ball is bounced off Freed's leg. Schoen goes and chases it down. 9 seconds on the clock. And he converts the 2-point bucket. And they're going to foul Miller.
Really a game effort by a undermanned squad Ballard team tonight. Again, there's no moral victories in high school sports. Really good job by their team to keep themselves in the game. Cut it to 4 or 5 at the closest, I believe.
Yeah, I think I saw 5. I don't remember 4. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. Miller's shot no good. And that's going to give us a final 67-58. Blue Jay come out victorious. A lot of different players showing up for the Blue Jays. I guess we can start with the Bombers. Leading the scoring for the Bombers, Jude Gibson ends up with 15 after only having 2 in the first half. That matches Austin Schoen's 15. Jackson Brown with 14. Miles Mudd with 8. And Eli Rouse with 6. For the Blue Jays, 21 points for Everett White. 20 points for Colby Collison. 14 for Jackson Freed, 11 of those in the second half. 6 for Bergeron, 5 for Falsgraf, and 1 for Barnett. Yeah, I think you got an argument for a couple guys. I show Freed with 7 rebounds and White with 7 rebounds, and I promise I missed some rebounds on those. Collison with another 4. If you stopped the game at halftime, I would have said it was White.
Yeah, and I just think the start that he got his team off to, that second quarter he had where we really created a comfortable enough distance that, yeah, it got cut to 5 a couple times in the second half, but, it never got any closer. And, if that's a 10, 12-point game at halftime, we got a totally different story here in the second half. You can make a lot of assumptions on what could have happened. So Everett White was just fantastic there. Like you said, Jackson Freed, 11 points after he got himself into foul trouble. The one thing we talked about was, hey, you don't take yourself out of the game, and he didn't. He made the most of his minutes. Colby, always solid. Hard to ever say he's not a player of the game caliber. Right. But for my money tonight, Everett White just continues with his hot play. 21 points. He was a man amongst the boys there for a period of time. And
we'll have to work on what player comparison we want to do, though. If you don't like my Rodman with better shooting, we can go into the archives and see what we come up with.
Yeah, I can work on that.
All right. We'll give you some homework. But Vision Bank player of the game, Vision Bank, see what we can do for you. Tonight, that Vision Bank player of the game is going to be Everett White, leading the Blue Jays to another victory, keeping that unblemished record going.
Yep, 12-0 now. Head to Adel on Friday. Always a tough place to play. Crazy things happen in Adel. They just do. Some of the strangest calls, shots. It's just a crazy place to play. It's a rivalry game, like so many of these Raccoon River Conference games are, and it's a talented athletic team over there at Adel. And again, another team that, depending on how the brackets are drawn, you could end up seeing a third time in tournament play.
Yep. Blue Jays, you said go on the road to ADM. Our next broadcast is next Tuesday with Boone coming to town for another Mega Night, girls and boys action.
Yep.
But I think for tonight we'll say that's all she wrote.
I do.
All right. Good night and go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays.